We consider it appropriate to turn to the theories and ideas of modern sociologists in order to present their vision of the future and how it resonates with the image of the future in contemporary art form, primarily in cinema. The main part of sociological research is carried out as description and explanation of the present social phenomena observed in the here and now mode. However, the object and the subject of sociology are diachronous. The object of sociology is the present, but its subject is the future. Unlike modern futurology, which focuses on the technological perspectives of mankind or post-human genetics and demography, climate and ecology, and more recently cosmology, the subject of sociology is not the fate of mankind, but the social future, social structures that are relevant in the long-term ways of social interaction. In July 2016, a forum of the International Sociological Association took place in Vienna, dedicated to the theme The Future We Want, Global Sociology and the Struggle for a Better World. In a concentrated form, the main idea of the Congress was expressed in the program report of the president of the forum, Markus Schulz. His report was based on ideas from his article, which argues that sociology was initially driven by a collective reflection of the possibility of change. And now, in the context of global trends and the rise of new social movements, it must move from the objectivist vision based on the determinism and expertocracy to public debate and orientation towards an open and contested future. The social future as a subject of study has come back into the sociology of recent years in the form of the conceptualization of risk and social chaos. For example, the German sociologist Ulrich Beck linked the concept of risk with the stages of modernization of society. According to his theory, the first simple modernization was associated with the risk of detraditionalization and the formation of new, for that time, institutions of an industrial society. The second wave of reflective modernization, which came around in the 1960s, led to the discovery of side effects of economic progress in the form of the threat of nuclear war, terrorism, environmental pollution, global warming, global diseases such as AIDS, mad cow disease, etc. Modern development has led us to the risks of individualization, the revision of gender relations and global economic risks. Economic risks are related to the fact that technological advances, robotization and computerization led to the displacement of a person from the labor sphere, transferring him to flexible forms of employment with low wages and a lack of social guarantees. If the main value of the industrial society was quality, then in modern society security becomes the main value of risk. People see that the state is not able to cope with new threats and begin to independently look for ways to manage the risks in their lives. The concept of Ulrich Beck's risk society resonates well with the events of the film Train to Busan, where an unknown kind of infection penetrated the boundaries of a scientific laboratory and led to the transformation of people into zombies. Under these conditions, each passenger on the train had to independently look for a way out of the current situation and escape from the zombies. Against the backdrop of elements of fantastic entertainment and the keeping the audience attention with a sharp, inciting plot, Yeon Sang-ho raises topical political and ideological problems related to both the survival of mankind and the personal safety of a single person and his loved ones. And in this, you can find a secret of the popularity of the film, which tells about situations that cause anxiety in every viewer. For example, one Russian film critic hypothetically paralleled the situation on the high-speed train from Seoul to Busan in Korea with Sapsan, a high-speed train that runs regularly from Moscow to St. Petersburg in Russia. In this sense, the film Train to Busan performs an important social function of informing the audience about how to behave in dangerous incidents. The logic of the study of social activism, which opens up the prospects of a better future, was originally the basis of the movement of public sociology initiated by Michael Burawoy. Public sociology seeks to take sociology beyond the academic framework and involve a wide audience in its ideas. Burawoy and other scientists who promote the ideas of sociology seek to push the development of sociological science towards involvement in open public and political spheres with topics that are related to social activity, political activity, social movements, institutions of civil society. If a movement associated with public sociology is possible, then it should breathe a new life into sociology by using its empirical methods and theoretical ideas in discussing not only what is happening in society now, but also what society could become. Public sociology presupposes a normative approach to analysis and the political nature of the analysis of social reality. The social future is in intense present. The tendencies of protest and challenge of the most infringed on the right of groups and structures were placed on the periphery of social life, and therefore on the periphery of attention in the study of the social present. These tendencies should become the central object, be placed on the focus of attention of the social future studies. Followers of the theory of social actionalism in the 1970s actively participated in the activities of social movements, including extremist ones, using the methods of social intervention in practice. The same idea, but in less radical form, is found in Burawoy's and followers of his concept of public sociology, who refer to the practices of civic activism and protest movements that have spread since the global economic crisis of 2008. If talently made cinema using simple language can attract millions of viewers from various countries into the area of its influence and make them think about the important problems of our time, then the social sciences are limited in their capabilities mainly by the university audience. At the same time, the art of cinema gains popularity at the peak of current trends, political events and fashion, while the product of the social sciences has a longer lifespan and affects the most intellectual part of society. Nevertheless, the public discourses of film art and social sciences have a great potential for influencing the so-called discursive and practical consciousness in modern society, and shaping the cognitive, emotional attitudes and behavioral orientations of millions of people in different countries.